Welcome back to the deep dive. If you just felt that tremor, that shaking, you know that feeling, and you're immediately in this information gap. Our mission today, let's turn that physical feeling into something actionable, some real scientific understanding, because there is that delay, isn't there, between the ground moving and getting the official word magnitude, location, all that.
That's exactly the challenge, yeah.
Yeah.
For the monitoring folks, like the University of the West Indies Seismic Research Center, the UWI-SRC, they're the ones watching the Eastern Caribbean. They have something like over 60 seismic stations out there.
60 stations. Okay. So they're collecting data right away, but how do they give people some info quickly before all the detailed science is done?
Well, they actually turn to you, to the public. They have this great system called Did You Feel It? It's crowdsourced. It lets them map out pretty fast where the shaking was felt and how strong people thought it was. While the seismologists are crunching the numbers for the official report.
Ah, right, using people's experiences. Okay, so let's dig into those crucial few seconds during the shaking itself. We hear about different waves, P waves and S waves. What are they and why do they matter for, immediate safety?
It really comes down to speed.
Yeah.
P waves, the primary waves, are the first ones to arrive. Super fast, maybe 4 to 8 kilometers a second. They're compressional, like a push-pull motion through the rock. Sometimes you actually hear them first, like a low rumble. That rumble, that's your first heads up, your warning.
Okay, so the P wave is the alert signal, but the S wave, that's the one people worry about for damage.
Exactly. S waves, secondary waves, they travel slower, maybe half the speed of P waves.
Okay.
And their motion is different. It's a side-to-side shearing motion. That's what does most of the damage to buildings. And that difference in speed, P arriving before S, that creates what we call the PS interval.
The PS interval, right. That's the gap, the few seconds you might actually have.
That's your action window. It's those vital seconds to drop, cover, and hold on before the really strong, potentially damaging S waves arrive.
Okay, so P wave alert, S wave impact, drop, cover, hold on in between. Got it. Then the shaking stops. What's the absolute first thing authorities like the ODPM, the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Management, tell us to do or not do?
This is absolutely critical. After the shaking stops, rule number 1 is do not light a match. Seriously. And don't flick on a light switch either. Think about ruptured gas lines.
Right, the risk of explosion, secondary disaster.
Exactly. Any spark could be catastrophic. That's why it's so important that everyone in the house knows how to shut off the main gas valve.
Yeah.
And the water and electricity, too, if you think there might be damage.
Good point. Okay, let's zoom out a bit. We feel these small tremors. The Caribbean plate's moving, about 10 or 11 millimeters a year? That sounds small, but it adds up, right? We're not just talking about little shakes long term.
No, absolutely not. These small tremors are just the plate adjusting routinely. But the bigger picture, it involves lock sections. Where the Caribbean plate meets the South American plate, there are large segments that aren't slipping smoothly. They're stuck, locked. And they're building up enormous strain energy, enough potentially for a massive earthquake. We're talking magnitude 8.0 level. That's the maximum credible threat.
A magnitude 8.0. Wow. And there's history here too, isn't there? It's not just theoretical.
Not at all. We know there was a huge event estimated around magnitude 7.9 back in 1766 near the north of Paria Peninsula. So that history, plus the strain we know, is building up. It underlines why things like seismic building codes are absolutely non-negotiable. They save lives.
Very sobering thought. Which brings us back to practical steps for everyone listening. We know about drop cover. Hold on. What else? Securing heavy things.
Yes, absolutely. Secure heavy furniture, bookcases, water heaters. Falling objects are actually the most common cause of injuries in earthquakes, not collapsing buildings usually. Have your go bag ready. And like we said, practice shutting off those utilities. Know where the valves and switches are before you need them.
Right. Be prepared. Okay, final thought to leave people with.
Okay, here's something to really think about. Tsunamis. Especially local ones. If an earthquake happens close offshore, a tsunami wave can arrive in just minutes. Way too fast for official warnings sometimes. So the earthquake itself has to be your warning. If you are near the coast and you feel shaking so strong, it's hard to stand up. Or if that shaking lasts for a long time, say 20 seconds or more. Or if you see the ocean suddenly pull back, recede dramatically. Don't wait. Don't wait for an official alert. Your immediate action is self-evacuation. Get to high ground or move inland, fast. That's your best defense.